Hello everybody. Today we are going to be doing everybody's favorite thing, which is judging people on the internet. My name's Megan, and if I'm doing this right, this will be released on December 1st because I want to try and do Vlogmas, but not really vlog, just do like a different video every day and see if I can do it. So this will be the first one. Exciting, I know. And I don't really like criticizing people, but I feel like if I can criticize anybody, it should be old men. Because I feel like out of everybody, they deserve it the most. So that's what we're going to do. Most of the old men that we're going to look at today are all like celebrities. I didn't put in any musicians, but I have in like actors and political figures and overall general celebrity type people. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So I have a list of 28 men that I found on the internet. They're all like older than 65, so that's what I'm considering old. Isn't that the age that you become a senior? First off the bat, we have Al Roker. Now, I don't know if everybody knows who Al Roker is. He's like a newscaster for the tri-state area. He's like the best newscaster, and I just wish that all the newscasters were a duplicate of him. Anyway, I think... Should I go S tier right off the bat? Well, he's my favorite newscaster. Oh, this is going to be hard. I promise I'm not going to put everybody in S tier, okay? But I really think he deserves it. So, I'm going to put Al Roker in S tier. Alright, next up to bat is Bernie Sanders. Oh, I don't even have to think about this one. I'm really sorry. I'm not going to put everybody in S tier. But where else am I supposed to put him? He's the best. He's always fought for everybody's rights to do whatever they want. So, I can only, do him the favor and put him top tier. Next up, we got Billy Gates, founder of Windows and Microsoft. He is a billionaire, and he has so much money for no reason. Yeah. Listen, there's no reason why he needs to have $1 billion. There's no reason. If he gave away 99% of his wealth, he and his children and his grandchildren would still be very well set for the rest of their lives. Next up, we have Bill Murray. He is an actor, and I loved him in Ghostbusters. I think B tier. In between A and B, but I'm just going to put him in B, so we have a little bit of spatial reconciliation. Okay, next up, Bill Nye, the Science Guy. I used to really like Bill Nye, and I still do. I'm going to put him in A. I liked him better when he was like a kid's host for TV, and he's still on TV, but he's like a lot more aggressive. But yeah, he's A tier. Okay, Clint Eastwood. Bro, this guy literally looks like a walking corpse. He looks like that one British royal guy. Like, look at this guy. I don't mean to make fun of people, and I really don't feel like this is, but he looks like he's about to die. And that's what Clint Eastwood makes me feel. But also, I think Clint Eastwood is still there in the head. Like, he's still there and he's got his brain. And he's still, like, starring in movies that I think he writes himself. And he, like, sets himself up with, like, 27-year-old women who have huge bazonkazonks. So let's put him in C tier. Next up, we have Danny DeVito, New Jersey King. A tier. That's it. Love him. Okay, Denzel Washington. I've only seen 2 movies that he was in, and one was Equalizer 2, and the other one was Fences. He's a very, very talented actor. He played Malcolm X in one movie, the movie Malcolm X, and I've never watched it, but I want to, so I'm going to put him in B tier because he's just overall talented. Now we have Dick Van Dyke. You may recognize him from Harry Potter? The fuck? You may recognize him from Mary Poppins or Night at the Museum. He played one of the security guards. I looked him up because I wanted to see like what else he was in, if I knew anything else he was in, and I didn't. But he endorsed Bernie Sanders, which is pretty cool. So how about B tier? B tier for Dick. Yeah, B tier Dick. Nice. Okay. Here comes everybody's least favorite boy. Donald Trump. This isn't even a debate. You're just the worst. Like, honestly. Next up, Dr. Phil. I want you to get excited about your life. Dr. Phil, A tier. I really like him. Like, he's super harsh sometimes when he needs to be. Like, he's good. He's just a good guy. I'm a Dr. Phil stan. What can I say? See, this is another one that I don't know if people know who it is. Dr. Pol. He has like a TV show on National Geographic. He lives in like Minnesota, and he's originally from Germany. And he is just a veterinarian in Minnesota, where there's a whole bunch of fucking different animals that he's got to look at. He reminds me of Dr. Phil in that he just wants to get to the point and do what he has to do, and he understands situations very easily. A tier? No, I'm going to put him B tier. Okay, next up, Harrison Ford. I used to love this man when he was Indiana Jones. Loved him. I also really liked him as Han Solo. But now he's like old and he has an earring, and like jewelry kind of freaks me out because it's like metal's going through your skin, and I don't like the feeling of metal, and I don't like the idea of somebody being pierced with something. And that's the only thing that apparently I'm judging him on. I do like Harrison Ford. I'm going to put him in B tier. He's a B tier boy. I wish he didn't die in the Star Wars cinematic universe. That sucked. Next up, Howard Stern. I knew he had a radio show, but I didn't realize it went back till like the 1990s and stuff. He's not a bad guy, but I don't know anything that he does. Like, is he culturally important? I don't know. I'm going to put him in C tier because he just doesn't give me any emotions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, next up we have everybody's favorite game show host, Howie Mandel. I liked him a lot better when he hosted Deal or No Deal, and now he just makes TikToks. I haven't seen him on TikTok in a while, though. I wonder if he's okay. His TikToks really freaked me out, especially the ice cream one. It's so fucking gross. Just because of the ice cream TikTok, you're going in D tier. I'm really sorry. Now we have Jack Nicholson. I liked him in The Shining, and I also feel like he looks like a serial killer, but like he's a nice guy, so I don't think he's murdered anybody. If I lived where he lived and he murdered me, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, oh, Jack, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna put him A tier because he's a good boy. You know what? I really feel like I made a mistake with Danny DeVito putting him in A tier. So we're gonna up his ranking. He's the supreme meme, and I didn't give him enough credit for that. Back down to the list, we have Jeff Goldblum. Again, I only know him from Jurassic Park and from Thor Ragnarok. I'm gonna put him, he's like a B tier boy. Jeff Goldblum's a B tier boy. Okay, Jerry Seinfeld is next. I don't like him that much. I've never watched Seinfeld, by the way. My dad used to watch it all the time, and it made me sick because I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. And I don't understand why he always talks like this. What's the deal with airplane food? I think I'm judging him unfairly, though. So I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's not the worst. He's not my cup of tea. What's this motherfucker's name? Jerry Springer. I don't like Jerry Springer at all. He hosts like a couple of late night game shows and stuff like that. And he's also from the Jerry Springer Show, obviously, which I'm pretty sure is similar to the Maury Show. But the only thing that I know him from is the late night game shows that my mom would watch. Each time he would try to be funny, it was just a joke about some sort of minority or like women or like gay people. And I'm like, this isn't comedy. You're just like trying to make fun of people and nobody's laughing. Okay, Joe Biden. I'm gonna put him in D tier. Please don't like fucking come for me, dude. I voted for him, but he's definitely not my favorite person in the world. I do think he's creepy, and I do think he did some things that he shouldn't have done. I wish I voted for Bernie. I really do. I really do. But he wasn't on the fucking ballot, so what am I supposed to do? And also, Joe Biden's 10 times better than Donald Trump. I wish the United States was a better place to live in. Even though it's one of the best places in the world to live in. It's still whack as fuck, dude. It really is. Next we have John Travolta. Now, I feel like he's weird. I feel like John Travolta's kind of a weirdo. Isn't he a Scientologist? I don't know. I just always thought that he kind of looked creepy, and apparently he kind of acts creepy too. So I'm putting him in D, because I don't know. I watched him in Grease, and like he creeped me out in Grease. I'm so sorry, Danny Zuko. Next, we have the boy Mark Hamill. He's great. He played Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, I'm sure you know. I feel like a lot of people who get famous for one thing, like, eventually get tired of that and get annoyed when people bring it up and ask them, but I don't feel like Mark Hamill's that kind of guy. Like, he really enjoys Star Wars. He's a good boy. He's happy and he's humble. He's A tier. He's an A tier boy. Morgan Freeman is up next. Morgan Freeman's kind of a meme. He played God in a movie once. He does have a smooth voice, but also I'm pretty sure he's gotten in trouble for like sexually harassing people. So he's gonna go in D tier. Like, I don't think he has any rape allegations, but he has sexual harassment allegations. Next, we have O.J. Simpson. He's a celebrity and has recently gotten back into the limelight when he was released from jail. I feel like O.J. Simpson is a really bad person. Like, he just is. There's no way that O.J. didn't murder those two people. He never got charged with it, though, because the LAPD are racist and bad at their jobs. And pieces of garbage. He's a bad guy. He's F. Now we have Robert De Niro. I haven't watched any, like, old mafia movies and old gangster movies. I only know him from, like, his later works, which he mainly did, like, a bunch of comedies and stuff. I like him, but, like, I don't really have a formed opinion on him. I'd say in between C and B, but I'll just put him C tier. Next up, Samuel L. Jackson, baby. A tier. I love him so much. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he plays Nick Fury. He's so good. Like, so I don't know, he's just playing with my heart, man. Like, why you gotta do that to me? Next up, we have Stephen King. He's a horror book author. I've read it, and I've read The Shining. I super duper enjoy his writing style. I think it's really nice, but also the way he writes about young children is gross. Sometimes the way he writes about women is gross. And the way he writes about black people is gross. Not all the time, just sometimes. But it's enough to be like, okay, like, can you move on? Can you stop doing that? Like, not that I really like him, but I really like his books. But I think he's a D tier kind of boy. Next up, we have Steve Harvey. I'm sure everybody knows who Steve Harvey is, but he's like an American TV personality kind of guy. I have mixed feelings about him. I feel like he's really funny and charming, but he's also kind of old-fashioned, which is just a fancy way of saying a misogynist. I've watched like a handful of his shows, enough to know that sometimes he's like, well, I think a woman should do this and a man has got to do that. Ugh, you know, I think he's D tier too. Like, I'm sure he's a nice man, but like, some of his views are a little too much for me. He was the last one, so we're all done with his tier list. Let's start from the bottom, make our ways up. So in the last bottom tier, the F tier, you failed. We have Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Jerry Springer, and O.J. Simpson. Wah. D tier, Howie Mandel, Joe Biden, John Travolta, Morgan Freeman, Stephen King, and Steve Harvey. They are still thumbs down, but like in between. C tier, this is like the neutral tier. Clint Eastwood, Howard Stern, Jerry Seinfeld, and Robert De Niro. B tier, let's call B tier the good boy tier. On the good boy B tier, we have Bill Murray, Denzel Washington, Dick Van Dyke, Dr. Paul, Harrison Ford, and Jeff Goldblum. On the good boys tier, we have Bill Nye the Science Guy, Dr. Phil, Jack Nicholson, and Mark Hamill. And then S tier, the goodest boys tier, we have Al Roker, Bernie Sanders, Danny DeVito, and Samuel L. Jackson. I feel like this is fair. I wouldn't rearrange this at all. I think I got it first try, guys. I hope you had fun ranking old men with me. If you disagree about anything that I said, you can leave me a comment. That's fine. Or if you agree, I would love to read what you have to say and who your favorite boy is. If you want to stick around and see if I am able to finish the VLOGMAS videos, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.